Hello everyone, welcome to another YouTube stream. Back onto ETS2 today with Promods, carrying on from where we left off in the last stream. Let's have a quick look where we ended up. So in the last stream we drove up from France. We dropped off a job at Luxembourg, and then we went from Luxembourg all the way to Wrexford. We went up through near to Paris, and then we went on the ferry from Cherbourg to Portsmouth, and then we drove up through Cardiff, Newport, near to Swansea, got the ferry from Fishguard, and then went across to Wrexford, which is where we are today. So we'll be carrying on the journey, trying to find some jobs that take us up, hopefully to Iceland today. That would be quite a nice thing. If not Iceland, maybe over towards northern parts of Norway and Finland. We shall see. Anyway, let's have a look at the freight market today, because I need to see what jobs we got for a start. So let's choose some jobs from Wrexford. And then hopefully we got something that's going the right way. There we go. We got with Newry. Where's Newry? Oh, that's quite a good one. We could take that one up to some pairs up to Northern Ireland. That would be quite a good one there. Well, we got Galway as well. Galway is quite an interesting one, because I don't know if you can actually get from Galway somewhere else. I've not actually been to Galway though, so maybe I'll do that one. Take some potted flowers to Galway and then see where we go from there. So anyway, I'm going to go and pick that one up, and then we'll just see where we can go. Let me know if my voice is being disrupted by the sound of the truck. Obviously it's very important that you get to hear me talking, so if you can't hear me talking very well because of the sound of the truck, let me know. Hopefully it'll be alright. I'm guessing that the job is here. So we literally only have to go here to pick it up. It's 6 o'clock in the morning here as well, so I've had a sleep. Now, just in case some of you are wondering, yes, there was an update to ETS2 today, to version 1.54, but I installed it, but I have to remove it because Promods is not going to be compatible for a little while with that version of ETS, and as I'm doing a Promod stream, then obviously it would mean that the Promods wouldn't be compatible, so I wouldn't be able to stream. So I have to roll back to version 1.53 in on ETS. It's a common thing. Those of you that obviously run a lot of mods will know that normally what happens for a little while, especially if you want to go on Truckers MP or Promods, you might have to roll back the game version for a bit. I mean, if I wasn't doing if I hadn't been doing a Promod stream, I probably would have if I hadn't have been doing a Promod stream, I would have not been rolling back. I would have kept version 1.5 on there. But we got American Trucks update coming out in the week, so I'll be looking at ATS version 1.54 anyway. Right, so anyway, we're coupled up here. Let's get going. So we got the bits and pieces. So it's just a standard trailer here. Nothing too special. But it looks alright as trailers go. We'll get going anyway. Just got to remember that being in Ireland I have to be on the same side of the road as it is back here in England. Follow the signs around. Where are we heading towards? Signs for Dublin and other places. So yeah, off to Galway. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what jobs come up in Galway when I get there. Hopefully I can get something that's going the right direction. But if not, might have to go back over to the UK and then try and go up a different way. To see where we end up. Probably 2 or 3 jobs again today. It really does depend on what shows up, really. I prefer to do shorter ones if I can for the stream, just because there's more variety of the cargoes that I take. We're going to be following this tanker from Latvia, apparently. It's a bit of a journey. Nice little bridge there, isn't it? Little river. There's the police waiting there. Hey Airspeed, how are you? Hey, good afternoon, hope you're okay. Yeah, I'm alright. Not bad. Did you see on Flight Radar earlier they had some April Fool's Concorde flights? So that was the thing this morning. I don't know if there was any other April Fools you saw. We're in Republic of Ireland at the moment. We've just picked up from Wrexford, and I'm going to be taking some potted flowers to Galway. I don't think I've been to Galway in Promods before, so this is a little bit of a first for me. Hundreds, did you? Oh wow. That sounds like an April Fool's joke in itself there, Airspeed. Although I think there's a time, isn't there, when you can't play April Fool's jokes in anyone anymore. I wonder how many people might have got their water bills today and thought they were an April Fool. All brands are on April Fools. I'm just trying to think which ones I saw. Oh yeah, my local pie shop did one. My local pie shop did an April Fool's. They had a half and half pie, so they had a pie, and they said it was the ideal pie for dinner and dessert. So like half the pie was an apple pie and the other half was a steak and kidney pie. And so so they basically had the pie and then they cut it in half, and then you saw one half was apple, one half was meat pie. And they said, you know, the perfect thing to have. You know what the scary thing is though, Airspeed, is that I noticed on YouTube that there's supposed to be a DGG live roadmap stream today. So I was looking at it thinking, is this an April Fool's or is this not an April Fool's? Because you just never know, do you? I felt like writing in the comments, oh, are they going to announce Trains in World 6? But anyway, yeah, did get me scratching your head. Paris Airport, RAF Flossy Mouth, Hotel Chocolat. Oh, I like Hotel Chocolat. There's always there's a friend of mine that always loves the I think it's like the 90% dark chocolate or whatever it is. So every time I go there, I always have to find one of those because they love them. There's Circle K. Right, we're going all the way around. Yeah, we are. Down this little lane. Well, it's not really a lane. It goes onto the motorway. The M9. Real-time trains also launched today. All days. Hey Connor, how are you? Welcome. Right, we're heading to Galway, so we started at Wrexford and I'm taking some potted flowers, just with a bog standard DSV trailer here. So on Promods as well. Just making our way there. You love the pralines and lemon cheesecake. Yeah, I haven't tried those actually. I used to sometimes just pop in one of the shops, you know, like they had I don't know if it's still there, I've been in Brighton for a while, but in Brighton they used to have a shop there. I always used to pop in there, especially like normally around Christmas time, just before Christmas, or like Easter sometimes. I don't know if they still do it, but I remember last time I went, I got I think it was like an egg and it was like a chocolate egg sandwich, so it was like chocolate with like a yellow chocolate thing in it to look a bit like an egg yolk, like a boiled egg, and then it was in like packaging that was a bit like, you know, when you buy a sandwich from the supermarket. Have you tried Trains in Weld? Yeah, I do. If you look through my videos, Connor, I normally do most of my streaming on Twitch, and my Twitch username is the same as my YouTube one, but I mostly stream on Twitch. So if you go through my videos, or even on YouTube, you'll see that I've done quite a few Train Sim World videos in the past. I also do Train Sim, I also stream Train Sim Classic as well. So yeah, Train Sim Classic, Train Sim World. I did a Train Sim World 5 stream on YouTube just a few days ago actually, although it didn't go very well. Yeah, but yeah, Train Sim World, all good. But I also like playing ETS2 and American Trucks. They're the normal sort of simulation games I like to play, and sometimes, although I do that more off stream. Well, saying that, on Twitch I do things on Flight Simulator called a drifting stream, for playing with a parachute, or sometimes hot air balloons. So I'll leave all the other sort of streams with airliners to everyone else really. You know, the 6 individual. Yeah, I might have to wait for that to scroll up airspeed. The problem is that on my app on my phone, because at the moment I'm using the YouTube app on my phone, and what happens is right on where someone's written in chat, they've got a huge big like heart that you can press, you know, to send a like or something, or love or whatever it is to what someone's writing. But the problem is that it takes up half of like a sentence. So if you've written something, I can't read half of it. Scroll up, yeah, I can only scroll up until it scrolls up on its own. Let's see. Yeah, you know, there's 6 individual chocolates you get, 3 for 14. Yeah, I'll have to try those. As I said, it's normally like I normally only sort of started going in there because, as I said, there was a friend of mine that used to like the dark chocolates, you know, the really high percent ones. The thing is, before I didn't know what hotel chocolate was, I thought it was a hotel. Funny story, right? I went to Liverpool, and I was walking through Liverpool, and then I was just walking past this place, and it said Hotel Chocolate on it, and I thought, oh wow, like a hotel to do with chocolate, that sounds brilliant. And then I realised it was a shop, because at first I thought it was actually a hotel. Because you know, like, what happens is, especially when you go to a city you've never been to before, so I mean, you don't know what hotels they have in a city. So I went to Liverpool, thought, oh, maybe they actually have got like a hotel that somebody's actually called Hotel Chocolate. But that was many years ago though. That was like, I suppose, when Hotel Chocolate first started going like into shops. So, you know, it wasn't like it was only like a year or so ago. It was quite a long time ago. If you sign up, you get a gift. Yeah. I should have done that, shouldn't I? Because it was my birthday, like a week ago. So I should have done that then. I'll have to remember. I know a friend of mine has joined some sort of loyalty thing where you can get like chocolates on like a subscription or something like that. You'd stay there? Yeah, I would as well. I don't eat as much chocolate as I used to though, years ago. I used to eat a lot of chocolate when I was younger. I don't eat so much now. I've still got a bar of plop sitting next to me by my computer, and I haven't started to eat that yet, and you're probably like thinking, what on earth is CK talking about, a bar of plop? Yeah, but anyway, I'll let you ponder on that one for a minute. Was it? Yeah, I didn't really make a big thing out of it. I mean, I'm only just saying it now, but yeah. I don't tend to like go on about my birthdays. You don't understand the name What Hotel Chocolate? Yeah, I know, I don't understand either. I bet you if you look on their website it'll tell you. Have I tried Train Sim World 2? Sorry, Connor, I saw the Train Sim World bit. So, Train Sim World 2, yeah, I had that a long time ago, but obviously now that's been updated and now you're on Train Sim World 5. So if you've got Train Sim World 2 on Steam or wherever, normally what will happen is it'll go, oh, you know, especially if you've bought the newer version, whenever you buy a newer version or get hold of a newer version of Train Sim, it always gets rid of the older version and updates it anyway. But yeah, I had Train Sim World 2, yeah. I started getting Train Sim World when the beta came out on the PC. So there was a beta version on the PC for a while that people could try out before it got released, and then I've had it basically since release. Train Sim World, the first one, and then Train Sim World 2020, and all the others. But yeah, Train Sim World 2 was cool because they started doing that rush hour thing near the end of Train Sim World 2, where you got London commuter, which was like Brighton to London and all like that. So but I think it must be quite hard for shops these days to do retail chocolate. I mean, there's some chocolate I get which is online mostly. But these days I'm normally buying chocolate for gifts, you know, like when it's like gifts like at Christmas time or whatever. So I tend to just look for like the independent people, and I tend to look at reviews, so I'll have a look at things that have done reviews of like different chocolate companies, you know, because year on year there's always someone that might stand out that's like an independent, and then they have an online website, and I normally just get a box of those from there. So I don't tend to get any much chocolate for myself these days, unless it's been gifted to me. Thornton seems, yeah, exactly. I mean, Thornton's was like quite a big thing when I was in my 20s and 20, you know. Everyone was always going on about Thornton's chocolates. We used to have a Thornton shop in the town that I live in. But like everything, a lot of the shops got closed. But yeah, you don't really seem to hit them on them. To be honest though, I wasn't that keen on Thornton's chocolate though. I'd had Thornton chocolates before. Again, it was normally I used to buy it for other people. Oh, look at that, we got a cornetto. Talking about chocolate, kind of like chocolate, isn't it? A cornetto. It's got chocolate bits in it. But yeah, I should have done that. I'll have to remember to do that. Thanks for reminding me on that airspeed about that. I mean, I did get quite a few emails on my birthday from people saying, oh, you know, you get a voucher for this or a voucher for that. Must be great if you're like a really rich person and you spend a lot of money with a company, because you'll probably get like an email saying, oh, you know, you'll get congratulations on your birthday, you can get a free week in the Maldives or something. Or yes, you can get a voucher to get a free pair of shoes in the Dior shop or something. Or get a free handbag from the Louis Vuitton store or something. Of course, you know, all my vouchers were like get 10% off something or whatever. Yeah. I remember when I reached 18. I don't know if it was like this for you when you reached 18 airspeed. But we had quite a few like local nightclubs to me, and basically they obviously must have like looked at some database, and literally like about a week before my 18th birthday, I had all these like letters in the post from all like the local nightclubs saying, oh, you know, can celebrate your 18th birthday with us, and you'll get a free bottle of Prosecco or something. So literally, if I remember, I literally was like doing a nightclub trawl. We're literally going from nightclub to nightclub, just getting the free drink. But I don't know if they do that these days, because I mean, you know, 10% off when you spend over. Yeah, exactly, that's what I mean. It was like that as well. You had to spend, although this one actually, one of the ones I got was literally like 10%. I think you had to, I think it was like, I had to spend a tenner and then they'd send me a birthday gift. Yeah. Right, I've spent a tenner and then you get in your post your gift and it's probably like a 5p coin. Spend a tenner and we'll give you 5p. Something like that. You remember that, do you? Yeah, I think they were. I don't know if they are these days though. But yeah, I remember. And also, when I was 21, one of the nightclubs, because the other two nightclubs are closed by then, but the one that was still surviving sent me one for my 21st, I think, something similar. Like, spend your 21st birthday with us. Get a free bottle of Prosecco or whatever it was. Right, we've got 65 kilometres to go. And I'm going a little bit fast here. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens on the DGG roadmap stream. Like I say, I saw that earlier, and I was scratching my head wondering if it was an April Fool's joke or not. I mean, it's terrible, isn't it, if you get to a point where you think that if Dovetail posts something, is it really truthful, or is it a joke? But then again, I think they do a lot of their roadmap streams on a Tuesday, so I think it was just the fact that those dates just ended up being those dates. But then there's always a cut-off point for April Fools anyway. I think it's the afternoon, isn't it, really? I think there's after a certain time you can't do April Fool's jokes anymore. To be honest, I don't even know if April Fools is just a UK thing. I don't know if other countries have April Fools on the same day. Well, that doesn't make sense, does it? Of course they would do, because it's 1st of April everywhere. Silly CK. But whether or not they actually do anything on April the 1st is another matter. You know, maybe other countries have the 1st of May as their Fool's Day or something. Oh look, there's a fighter jet there. I'm just about to see it whizzing around. Oh, there's two of them, look. They're keeping an eye on me. Let's see what they are. I don't know, it's hard to tell what they are actually. I think they're Mirages. Because I think in one of the DLC there was like military jets which were like Mirages flying around, or they might have been the Saab ones. In which case, it's either a Mirage or a Saab flying around. Right, 31 kilometres to go. Oh, there's another Cornetto. Right, we're almost at Galway. I mean, to be honest though, Airspeed, some people thought I was doing an April Fool's joke on them earlier when I said I might be streaming today. Some people didn't know whether or not I actually meant that or not. I thought, I wonder if all I did was post it. I just said, oh, I'm going to stream later today. And they said, oh, are you joking? Or are you not joking? I'm like, really? Yeah, that was that Egbert again. It was terrible. You better go into hiding around Easter egg Bert is, because I mean, everyone will be after him. He's got to watch out. I don't know if they're still doing it in Lidl's, but I think it might have just been last week. But last week they were doing like a Scandinavian thing in Lidl's. And if you wanted to try some plop out, you could get some plop. For those of you that don't know, plop is just some chocolate brand in Sweden. It's a bit like a Cadbury's caramel, really, but it's just called plop. So when I first saw it, it kind of made me laugh a bit. But then again, there was quite a few places in Sweden that made me laugh when I first went there. So yeah, it's like the Swedish word slut, to end or to finish. So when you went on a train, there was always the announcement about the slutstation, you know, so it was basically the last station, the last destination. But it was just the way it was written, because it's obviously spelled S-L-U-T, so I used to read it differently. So I used to think it was like a station, but obviously said slightly differently. Do you have to make it yourself? Make what yourself? What, the plop? No, you don't have to make it yourself. No, it already comes packaged in the wrapper. You can do a search for it on Google. You just got to make sure it's got two P's, so it's P-L-O-P-P. So if you do plop with two P's and then do Swedish chocolate, then it should come up. It's legit. I'm not joking around. It's actually a thing. They also, the same company did a chocolate bar called a Kex, K-E-X, and that was basically a bit like a Kit Kat. Basically, it's just like chocolate in a wafer. They were quite nice Kex. Yeah, Kex is quite nice. Although we think of Kex as something else. Never know with the Swedes. Yeah. It was a bit like when I first went there, and we went past like this big like warehouse place. Although it was actually a supermarket. Although I could only see the top part of it in the roof, and it said Willys on it. So of course I thought Willys was like, I was like thinking, I wonder what Willys is, and I was like thinking, oh, maybe it's like an Ann Summers or a Love Honey or something. You know, like a chain. And then they said, oh, it's a supermarket chain in Sweden, and I'm like thinking, oh really? I thought it was like Ocado sells plop, does it? Oh, does it sell it in the does it? Yeah, they're probably going around Europe a lot more. Do they sell it in little bags? Because you can get like little like bags with like little snack size ones, you know, like when you get like yeah, you know, like little versions. I don't know if it's the bigger bars they're selling. I wonder how much they are in Ocado though. Right, anyway, that's that one done. Let's just make sure I did actually drop it off, didn't I? Yeah, I think I did. Do you know what? I can't even remember if I did the job or not. I did, yeah. Bags of 13, yeah. So they're like the miniature ones. Yeah, that was what they were selling in Lidl's the other day. But no, these are like the bigger bars. So this is like you know, like Cadbury's, you get like 100 grams or whatever bars. I think the one I've got is a 100-gram bar, maybe. Another Swedish chocolate I liked was Marabou. So Marabou is like the Swedish version of like Cadbury's or whatever. So you'd get like a fruit and nut version or all sorts. 405. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what it is. They used to sell them in Sweden, but I tended to get the bigger bars, really. Right, let's go back on Freight Market. So we've got to do job number 2. So we're at Galway, and then we're going to be going to Peas. Manchester. Oh, we could take a yacht to Manchester. Or maybe kerosene to Aberdeen. Oh, that might be a nice one. It's a lot more money as well. Look at that. 73,000 euros. I've got no idea why I'd be wanting to take a yacht to Manchester, though. What do you think, Airspeed? If you had to choose, would you do a yacht or would you do the kerosene? If you were going to choose... Because obviously this is Promods, so obviously the scenery is a bit different in these areas. So, although Manchester is, I think, is very similar to the base game Manchester. I mean, personally, I'd probably do this one because then we're going to go up all the way through Ireland and then across, and then we're all at Aberdeen, and then it's a lot easier maybe to get over to Iceland. The yacht to Manchester. Well, Airspeed has spoken, so we'll do the yacht to Manchester. Take it for a spin on the canal. Oh, I don't know what game you think we're playing. I think you're thinking we're playing Flight Sim here. I think you think I'm doing Microsoft Flight Simulator, where you can get a yacht and drive it on the water. Do you know what? I reckon the way that game's going, I reckon it'll end up being a world simulator anyway. You know, before you know it, they'll be adding. You'll be able to drive cars, trucks, anything in it. Not just planes. It'll be like the world will be like out there for people to do whatever they want with it. So a developer could get it and then basically make a railway line on it or whatever. I really do think that's what it'll end up being. You know, a hiking simulator, a walking simulator. Don't know. I think it'll be a bit of everything, really. That's what I think, anyway. I mean, in this version, in 2024, they added walking, so you could walk around. And so a lot of the airport sceneries coming out are going to be more interactive, so you can like click on doors and things, and doors open, and you can kind of walk around airports and stuff. So how long it'll be before you can sort of like have your house in the game, and then you'll drive a car to the airport, take your bag out, and then you'll walk with it to the plane, and then you'll fly the plane, or you can be a passenger or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? They've got another 4 years now to think about what the next version is going to be like. Well, although hopefully they'll fix the current one first. Scoop. But I think for myself, I think that's where it'll end up going myself. It'll be more of a world simulator. Oh, sorry, was the light green? I was sitting there on the green light. I was like thinking, why's somebody being mean and bibbing their horn at me? And I realised, oh, maybe it's because the light's green. It's a good job this wasn't GTA 5, because probably the person in the car behind me would have got out and then would have literally been throwing me out of the truck and then throwing punches at me or something. That used to happen to me a lot when I used to do GTA 5 roleplay, because on one of the servers that there was, they used to do, oh, I've done it again, they used to do buses, so you could drive buses, so I used to drive a bus around, and then some of the AI people used to like just throw punches at me now and again for no reason. So sometimes I'd literally be on the bus and then someone would get on the bus and literally be like dragging me off, throwing punches at me. Terrible. And then of course, because it was a roleplay server, I then had to call the police and get the police involved, and sometimes I had to go to hospital if I was badly beaten up. So it was like a simple bus drive could just turn into a nightmare. I used to stream it as well sometimes. I used to stream my bus journeys on GTA 5 RP, but unfortunately, like most things on Twitch, it got deleted, so there's not really much record of me doing those things on Twitch so much now, which is a shame. Right, anyway, here we are. Let's go and get the yacht. Freight market. Let's go. Let's pick up this yacht. I don't mind taking a yacht. I haven't taken a yacht for quite a while. The last time I think I took a boat in ETS in a stream was the other boat that they do, which is like the bigger yacht, bigger boat. But this is I haven't taken the yacht for a while. I think it was when the Scandinavian DLC came out, was when literally like you could start taking yachts, because if I remember when that DLC came out, it was one of the first DLCs to have marinas in it that you could do pickups and drop-offs at. So because they had marinas, and you could take boats, obviously. But I don't think before the Scandinavian DLC came out you could do yachts or boats. I might be wrong though. I think it was because of the Scandinavian DLC. I'm looking forward to the new DLC to come out as well at some point, the Nordic Horizons one. Rosslyn of Cornwall. Oh, look at that. Some people from Cornwall have wanted to go on holiday in Ireland. Bless them. And then, probably saying that, you've probably got some Irish coach companies in Cornwall. So I suppose it works both ways. Come on, you're going to let me out then? Come on, be kind. Or do I have to do this the CK way? I've got a feeling I might have to do the CK way in a minute. Oh no, it's because they're waiting at the traffic lights. Why is it for some reason I'm stuck? Can't move. Why can't I move? Is there like an invisible wall there or something? Hey, it's really weird. There's like an invisible wall here. Can't get out. Can't get out of this place. I'm trying to drive out of here, but it won't let me. That's weird. I think I've been jinxed airspeed. Oh no, we're all right now. Thank goodness for that. Hey Nate. How are you? How are you? Good to see you. We're just in Ireland at the minute. Just picked up this yacht. We're going to be taking this yacht to Manchester, of all places. So we're going to be taking the ferry over to Holyhead in North Wales and then driving over down along the North Wales coast to Manchester. Sounds a bit like a train sim route, doesn't it, North Wales coast? So yeah, I've done, this is the second job of the stream so far. The first job was taking some potted flowers from Wrexford in Wrexford in Republic of Ireland to Galway in Republic of Ireland. And now I've picked up this yacht. All good. That's cool, Nate. I don't know if you play Euro Trucks at all, do you? I think you do a lot of farming sim, don't you? And what's the other one that you do? Is it Heavy Haul? I've played a little bit of farming sim, but I find it quite addictive, so I don't play it so much. Because I find with Farm Sim that if I play it, hours kind of whiz past, and then before I know it, it's like the early hours of the morning. Especially if you go on a farm which is like a multiplayer farm, because then I'd always get a horrible job to do, and then I would have to finish it by the morning before someone else started on it, so it used to frustrate me a bit. So I haven't played it for a while. I'm trying to think what farming sim version it was I last played. It wasn't the most recent version, I think it was the version before, whichever that one that was. Was it 22 maybe? Farm Sim 22 perhaps? Console player, maybe some truck and logistics. That's the one I was thinking of as well. Yeah, I haven't played I haven't played that one either. I don't really have that many truck games. The only other truck game I have that I've played is On the Road, but I didn't really like it. So I've just tended to just stick to ETS and ATS really. Farm Sim 22, yeah, that was the one. Yeah. It was a bit like that the other week though, because some of you know that, not all of you, but I was a bit late to the Red Dead Redemption 2 party. It was really cheap on CD keys, like it was about, for the Ultimate Edition, I think it was like 11 quid. So I got Red Dead Redemption 2 and I didn't think I'd really like it. But then I kind of got hooked on that, and then I was literally like not playing anything else for about 2 weeks. So I managed to get off the addiction, just to go back to my other games. Because people were messaging me going, "Oh, when are you going to stream again? We haven't seen or heard from you from days." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm playing Red Dead Redemption and I couldn't get off it." ETS and ATS are the best truck games. Yeah, I mean I've had ETS and ATS for quite a long time. I mean, when I started playing ETS, it was when they had the fictional truck names, because they didn't have any licensing for all the trucks at the beginning. So I think there was only one truck company they had licensing for, and all the rest had to be made up names. So you'd have like Majestic, for example, as one company name. And I'm trying to think what the others were, but yeah. And there was literally just the base map. That was it, and then they brought out Going East, which was like Poland and everything. But of course, SCS had brought out games before then as well. But yeah, I do like Euro trucks and things like that. They're good chill games to stream, because you can just talk and drive. And I used to do a lot of multiplayer with people as well on Truckers MP. So that was before ETS had and ATS had like the convoy mode put in it. So a lot of people used to go on to Truckers MP. I mean, Truckers MP is still popular today. You know, especially with bigger convoys and that, and VTCs, you know, virtual trucking companies and things. And yeah. In fact, I did a stream. I think the last time I went on Truckers MP was around, I think it was Halloween, when I did a stream on Truckers MP. Where it was just driving around on Truckers MP, picking up jobs. Because the thing is Truckers MP had their own Halloween event, so they had their own like custom place on a map for people to drop off to. Sometimes they'll do events and then they'll basically have like they'll build a building on a map, and then you can drive to there or wherever. I think they've also got a racetrack, if I remember. Truckers MP. They also do D-Bus as well, which is it's compatible with D-Bus, Truckers MP, so you can drive buses on Truckers MP. The only thing about Truckers MP though is that unless you're driving in an area where there's a lot of other drivers, it can get very quiet because there's no road traffic on Truckers MP, apart from if someone decides they want to be a pilot car, or you get the admin that drive around in police cars. But apart from that, you know, you could be driving along and there won't be any other cars passing you, and then you'll go to like a busier area and then you might see some other players. It's a bit like VATSIM in a way. VATSIM's like that. You know, you could do a flight on VATSIM and it would be really quiet, and then if they've got an event on it, an airfield or an airport or whatever, then obviously you could go on there and it would be super busy with lots of people on it. But then most of the time you could be on VATSIM and you might be, if you're lucky, pass another plane or hear another plane on the network at the same time. And sometimes you might fly around and there might not be no ATC on. So yeah, it can be a bit hit and miss. But I used to do like a regular thing on a Thursdays with another streamer friend that doesn't stream anymore. We used to do like a Trucker MP stream where we used to go on there and do convoys and stuff. It was good fun. Just to talk and chat and talk, you know, just to sit and drive about while we're doing jobs. And then just go from there. Still don't know how I'm managing to drive at the moment and talk without crashing into anything. Normally I always end up crashing into things when I'm chatting, looking at chat. But I remember when I did have Farm Sim 22, there was like a really nice modded farm that I downloaded for the UK, but I think it was like based in the West Country or something. It was quite nice, I like that. But as I said, it's one of those games you start, especially if you end up doing a potato field, because you start doing the potato field and then there's all those processes that you have to do, and then before you know it, you know, you can start it and then when you finish it, it's like 3 in the morning. So I was just like, well, this isn't doing me much good playing this farming sim. I do like it though, don't get me wrong. I always find simulation games quite interesting, especially if they've got real licensing with other companies and that. I mean, it opened my eyes a bit. It's a bit like trucks. I mean, you know, to me, and still even today, you know, I just see a truck as a truck. But at least I sort of know a little bit more about trucks than what I did before. And it's the same with like farming. I mean, you know, all the brands and all the things that they do, balers and how they work, what sort of things they do. It's quite cool. It's you know, it's a bit like with Jeremy Clarkson and Clarkson's farm. I mean, you know, for most people, you know, they didn't really sort of like want to know or care or be interested about farming, and of course because of Clarkson's farm, a lot more people sort of opened their eyes to farming and what it was about, and what the issues that you have with all sorts of things, regulation and everything, councils and planning and everything else that you might have for things. So in a way, farming sim was quite cool because obviously, you know, like I was like, oh, you know, here, you know, because you see all these like tractors and things, you don't really take much notice of them. I think most people's experiences with tractors, to be honest, are when they're on a country road and they're going from A to B and then they're getting delayed because maybe a tractor with a trailer pulled out and is driving along the road and then they can't overtake and then they just get frustrated. I think that's most people's experiences with like tractors and that, especially where I live, because obviously there's a lot of farms and that around here. So, you know, you can be driving along a road and then all of a sudden you've got like tractors here, there and everywhere, going from one field to another. And then people get impatient and, you know. Right, coming up to a toll booth, I think. I'm just going to go straight ahead. Oh look, there's an air coach. I bet you could. Some could say that's an Airbus. That one. There's the cable car again. I always tend to get these when I'm driving along. Surprised I haven't seen many shunters today. Normally, one of the cargoes I see a lot of during the stream is a cargo. Is a shunter on a wagon. I think in yesterday's stream, I think there was at least 7 or 8 times I saw a shunter being towed. You must be talking about consoles. You must be looking forward to ETS and ATS coming out on consoles. I think it was good, as I said before in the past. I think it would be good for SCS. Some people I spoke to are sort of like not so happy about it, because they just say, oh, you know, consoles ruin PC gaming. But I'd see it differently. I just think if this comes out on consoles, it'll sell loads of copies, which then means that SCS can then get more people in. They can expand a bit because of the extra money they're bringing in. So then they'll expand. They'll get more people in to do maps. So then there'll be more maps coming out every year because they'll have more staff. So it's a win-win all round, really. I mean, over time I've seen SCS expand quite a lot. I mean, you know, originally, you know, the American map mods were like coming out quite slow, but now they're bringing out like what, 3-4 state DLCs a year now. I mean, originally there was only hardly any, you know, maybe 1 or 2 a year if you were lucky when they first started doing the ATS stuff. But as they've been getting more staff in, then they've really been expanding, so it'll be good. It's just the same as what I said the other week about the Thomas DLC for Train Sim World, you know, because that'll just bring in more players, but then it'll also bring in some more income for Dovetail, so maybe it might mean that they hire some more staff and then you get more routes a year than what you do. So I don't know. The M50 toll we're on at the minute, and then we're heading towards the port. I've not been along this road before. I might have done in the past because Promods might have redone the road at some point, like they do. They go through areas and revamp them, so I might have been along here. I've got this feeling I might have been, because I'm looking at the stretch of road and there's a grey bit of road here, and then suddenly there's like a big block of yellow ahead. So it's almost like this section I'm driving on is a new section that they've redone, which is why some of the older sections is showing up on the map as bits that I've already driven over. So yeah, I think it's cool that ETS and ATS are coming out on consoles. Oh, I need to see which way I've got to go here. Have I got to go straight ahead? I think so. I'm confused. Or is that... Oh look, the shunter's just gone past. Oh, hang on a minute. I better keep an eye out here. Hoping I'm going the right way. Did my mileage just increase? I don't know. Maybe I did go the wrong way. Oops. I've got no idea what my mileage was before I... No, I think this might be the right way. I don't like having the GPS on. Although there goes that shunter in the distance. Hang on a minute. Oh no, it's alright. It's alright. I'm fine. I was just wondering why it got so dark so fast, but then of course, this is my second job now. I was wondering why it was getting dark so fast, because it was 6 AM I started my first job. And I was thinking, why has it gone dark? See, we've got the beacon light on the back there, just to warn everybody that I'm driving. Oh, that's about right. Yeah, go on. Go and troll me with the traffic light, why not? So yeah, I'm in the Renault truck today. I do like to switch to different trucks now and again. So sometimes you'll see me driving, and I've got like a Renault or a Volvo or a Scania or whatever. I do like to try out all the different trucks. I think Quick Jobs is a good way to try out different trucks as well, especially if you're new to the game, because obviously you get to experience all the different trucks that you can get out there, all the different options that they might have, engine options and different cab configurations. So that's quite cool. And also at the moment, Quick Jobs is the only one that you can do if you want to drive some of the electric trucks in the game. Although it'd be good when they can actually make them so that they're accessible for everybody. You know, like so I can do a freight job with an electric truck. I think they've just got to basically put all the stuff in for electricity, haven't they? You know, like charging stations or whatever. Because currently, I think when you do a Quick Job, they're only limited to a certain amount of range, because obviously electric trucks don't have a very long range anyway. But I know I think there's mods on the PC where you can actually still drive electric trucks. I think you can go to the dealership and buy them, but I've not really gone down that route with the mods. HGVs and buses only. Okay, let's go down here. So yeah, it's cool that going this way airspeed. It was good. It was a good decision for you to choose this job. Just seeing a little bit of road I haven't really seen before, which is always good. We'll have to see what happens with this ferry to Manchester. Looks like we're at the port now anyway. Yeah, no worries. I always find it a bit weird taking a yacht on a ship. In a way, it's probably a bit like if you have like a large aircraft, like a C-17 or something, and you're basically putting a helicopter onto it, like a Chinook or something. Don't know why I think it's weird. A ship on a ship, but I mean, I don't think of it weird that, you know, for example, a car goes on a car transporter. I think it's also sometimes a bit weird when you see something on a motorway, like a train being on the back of a truck or something, but not so much. I mean, it would be like a train on a train. That would be a weird one. Oh dear, what's happening here? Looks like they're having you having some road rage up here, are you? Look at them, they're having road rage here, look. Having some road rage, are we? That's alright. Guess they're in a hurry to get on the ferry. Look, there's another one. Look, there's someone's just been on Bullseye and won the won Bully's special prize this week. They've won Bully's star prize. He's taking the speedboat home. Right. Anyway, let's get on here. I think we're going to Holyhead, aren't we? Let's see. 3 hours. Right. I'm gonna have a sleep when I get here. Although I shouldn't, you know. I'm a bit lazy. I mean, I could have had 3 hours sleep on the ferry, and I did. But I see it's only 11 o'clock. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull in up here. I'm going to have a bit of a sleep. can. Please drive on the left-hand side of the road. Well, I'm just going to pull in here and have a sleep. Oh, look at that, we're in the United Kingdom. Who knew? Right. Right, I'm not going to do the normal sleep, though. Which is where, you know, you sleep and then it does a set amount of time. I just use dev mode when I sleep. So then I can just basically put in a text command in here and I can choose to wake up when I want to wake up. So I set the time for 6 o'clock in the morning and then 6 o'clock in the morning. So there we are. Then I can have what sleep I want to have. So if I, for example, wanted to sleep from 3 AM to 6 AM, I could. Right. Let's get going again. It's now the early morning. Gonna head off to Manchester. I bet it's going to say I'm going to be late now and penalise me. Those who've watched my last stream noticed I did a job where I basically lost 40 grand for being late, and it was like a 40 grand job. So I didn't get anything at all. Right, anyway, welcome to Wales, it says. There we go. Let's see what exciting things await us now as we drive through Wales. This is Holyhead. Got a Tesco's coming up. Or is that Tesco's? Could be Tesco's, that one. There's somebody trying to break into someone's house there with a drill. Terrible. Probably rigging up their, probably stealing their electricity or something, you know, like they do. Getting free electricity. Right, anyway. Should start getting lighter soon. We've got Valley coming up. You got your bus stops if you want to roleplay being a bus driver. You could get your modded buses and just drive along and stop at bus stops if you wanted to. And there's Texaco over there. Gonna head to Bangor, which you can have with mash. Bangor and mash. Right. There's that coach again that likes to follow me around everywhere. Speed cameras here, there and everywhere. What a surprise. Right, we're going down the A55 now. Got to keep a lookout for trains as well, because if you get a lot of UK trains and Promods here and there, you sometimes see from time to time, which is quite cool. There's the bridge. Now this bridge I think has got the railway line underneath it as well. So if you get North Wales Coastal for Train Simulator Classic, you actually drive on this bridge as well, on the train. You can see the railway line there, and then the railway line is directly underneath this bridge. It's a good job my yacht isn't too big, isn't it? It would probably have a trouble there. There's the other bridge in the distance as well. So that's cool. And there goes the railway line. It veers off to the left there. I don't know if we'll see any trains on it. I don't know. Just luck of the draw. I could park up and wait and see if any trains come past, but don't know. Who knows? Going to pronounce some of these places. Clan, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to go there. Oh, look at this nice little bit of beach here. Oh, look, there's the North Wales coastal line there as well. Although I'm a bit worried while there's no fencing up there. I'd be a bit worried about that. I mean, you know, a bit dangerous that. Health and safety. See if any trains come past though. As we go along. It'd be nice if it does. I'm trying almost purposefully sort of driving a bit slower along here, hoping that a train comes past while we're here. Come on train, where are you? Another part of the route that I know pretty well from the Train Sim Classic route. This section here, you go through these tunnels. It's pretty cool actually. Of course, never a train coming along when you want one. Apparently it's quite a low speed through this tunnel. 48 kilometres. There's the other side of the tunnel there. Again, I'm trying to keep an eye out, just as hoping a train will come past. Part of me wants to see a train. I know I'm going to end up crashing into a car in a minute. I don't know why these cars are going so slow. Come on, we can do 97 kilometres an hour now. Well, I can do 56. Come on. This is like me driving on a Sunday. Have I chosen Sunday as a day of the week or something? Come on. Come on, move. I don't know, terrible. They're going to make me late. Oh god, we are going to get through there, aren't we? It's going to be quite close. Yeah, we're right. I think the AI is like, you know, is that they always say that AI traffic can troll people. And this is a good example here. Come on. Well, if you're going to go slow, I'll just go past you because I'm not putting up with this. You know. If you want to go along a go slow, then so be it. Come on. That's it, speed up. Come on now, that's it. He's scared now. He thinks I'm gonna try and drive him off the road, so he's speeding up. Come on. Come on. Come on, Mr. Volkswagen driver. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it this way then. Oh, sorry. Oh, that's right. Now you're gonna. Yeah, that. Well, I'm sorry, but you know, I like the way he's. He actually went to go and you know, go back in the other lane, just at the same time as me. This is what happens there, Speed. Every time I drive, there's always chaos. It's either because of me or somebody else. Look at how this is bouncier than the Pacer. This is. If you want to drive a truck that's like a Pacer, here we go. Bouncy castle simulator. Oh, you know what it might be? Oh no, we can't remember what. We're not in. Oh, we just gone. Maybe it was the speed. Maybe they're all driving because it was in Wales and they're all driving at 20. Oh crikey! I'm almost out of fuel. I forgot. Forgotten to fill up. Oops. Have I got enough fuel? How much fuel have I got left? I've got enough for. Have we got enough for a while yet? I think we're all right. Maybe it was because we were in Wales, that's why they were driving so slow. I just remembered. Might have been because of that, you know. Right, let's come off here. Now we're going to follow the road sign to the M6. Right, let's come off here then. There's some services coming up, so I'm sure they must have a fuel place up here. Oh yeah, there is. There's a rest stop coming up. Do I need to take the road to the services? I guess so. Oh well, I'll have to see what happens. It's really hard to see the signs actually. I'm just trying to think of a way I can get onto the services up here. Let's see what happens. I think we might be alright. I think we might be able to pop in these services. Although saying that, I can probably finish the job off, but I think I've got enough fuel. But Warrington, there we go. Signpost to Preston, Liverpool, Leeds. Right. Oh, Knutsford. That's where the services are. Knutsford services. That was a bit of a sharp turn there, wasn't it? Go into Knutsford Services then. Oh, look, airspeed. While we're here, we can go into Lidl's and get some plop. We've got a Lidl's over there, look. We've got a railway, got that railway carriage as well there. What else have they got here? Have I gone round the wrong way? Oh, I don't know. I'll just go and get some fuel anyway. Let's just hope this is... No, I think we're alright. It's going to be... Might be a bit tight there. Might not be able to get past there. Oh well, I'm sure there's no collision there, but yeah, I don't think in reality we'd be able to go under there, because I think we would scrape a bit of the boat. I know we might be alright actually. No, we just about made it, I think. Oh, yeah, very close. Yeah, it's alright. It's all good. Right, Lidl's. Anything in Lidl's while we're here? There's that shunter again that follows me round everywhere. I know. It's a good job there wasn't like a little beacon light on the top of that yacht or anything. But I think they would have had collision turned off anyway, so... Although I do wonder if the other boat that you can sometimes take would get under there. Right, anyway, off we go. Carry on to Manchester. We're literally only round the corner anyway, but I thought I'd just fill up. Wonder where we're taking this yacht to anyway. I didn't look. I don't want to look. It'd be funny if we're taking it to Tesco's. Maybe they're having a special offer on this week. Come to Tesco's and get your yachts. Buy two for the price of one. Might be going to Old Trafford because it's so basically it's to try and keep them afloat. Keep them afloat in the league. Anything to keep us afloat in the league might be helpful. Here you go, we're going to get you a boat. Right. Manchester, look at the excitement, here we are. Yeah, I think this is just like base game Manchester really. I don't think they've really done a lot to it. I think it's more or less the same, although some of the buildings look different in the background, but I don't think the actual... I think a lot of this is still very much like the base game Manchester, although they've obviously might have changed the housing a little bit. I think when they redid Manchester in Promods, it was such a long time ago anyway. I mean, like everything in Promods, you'll get some areas of Promods that are newer than others, so a lot of Wales and all that were redone later on, and Exeter was done more recently. Still a while ago, but I think Manchester is more or less the same as the base game Manchester, just with like an upgrade to like some of the textures for the roads and things probably. A lot of people walking about as well. I as I said, it'll be interesting to see what SES do once they start doing the revamps with the UK stuff. That might be why they're not bothering in Promods to do much, because they know at some point SES is going to go through and redo everything, so they just think, well, they were just focusing on the areas where they might think, well, you know, SES might not do anything in Wales, so we'll do Wales for Promods, and then places that are already on the base game map, like Manchester and all the other places, they'll leave untouched, or more or less just treat them a little bit. As I said, it's pretty old. Right, anyway, let's so obviously someone's going to have a good delivery on FedEx later. Imagine it if they just leave it on someone's doorstep. You weren't in, so we just left it on your doorstep. we we'll just leave it on your doorstep, love. And then they get home and go, my yacht's gone missing. Oh well, you know, we did leave it on the doorstep. You weren't in. Someone's stolen it. That'll do. As long as I get the green, that's all that matters. Right then, let's get rid of the yacht then. I don't know how they're going to get the yacht through that door. Probably shove it through the letterbox or something. Right, anyway, so that was that one. Let's see where we can go now. Hopefully we can get a job for Manchester that's going up north somewhere. So let's go to Freight Market and have a look. Manchester. Goat cheese to Venice. Stranraer. Well, that's not too bad. Lisburn. No, that's the wrong way. Hull. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be this one to Stranraer, actually. As I said. Or Oban, actually. Peanut butter. Let's take some peanut butter to Oban. Yeah, that's cool, because Oban, you can literally then go... I need to... If I can in the stream today, try and get up here so I can at least then go over to Iceland in the next stream. That would be cool. Right, so we're going to go Oban. The great thing about picking up from here as well is that we're here already. So I literally only have to go to the marker and then just select the job from here. And then we'll see what other trailers they got on offer as well. Because if I can take one that doesn't say FedEx on it, that would be even better. But... we'll have to see what comes up. Let's see what other trailers I can take. Promods ones. LKW. Yeah. I think they're all basically more or less say FedEx on. So I'll just leave the one that I've got already. Yeah, we'll just leave that one. I'll just do whatever one it was. Oh, I've got to select it again, haven't I? Right, let's do it again. There we go. Take the job. So let's head up to Oban. Oban, Oban, Oban. Oban all hours. Peanut butter. There's a lot of peanut butter going to Oban, isn't it? They obviously like their peanut butter up there. Right then, anyway, let's head off again then. 669 kilometres. What's that shop there actually? Is that fish and chips? I don't know. Don't know what it is. I don't think it actually says, is it? The textures are so blurred. Right, I think this will be the last... Well, I say it might be the last. It might not be. It depends on what happens when I get to Oban. There ends up being another job that goes somewhere. Then even better, I mean, even better would be a job that actually goes to Iceland from Oban, and that would be perfect. But if not, something that goes up near to the ferry port would be good. There's them trailers again with the coaches on. A lot of flowers in that person's garden. Someone's transporting some cat litter there, look, in that trailer. There's a lot of cat litter. They must have a big cat. Either that or it's ready breck. I know it's basically unopened. It's open ready breck or porridge or whatever. In the back of that lorry. Maybe it's a porridge delivery service, you know, you ring them up and they come round your house and then the bloke stands there with a shovel. How many shovels of porridge would you like today, miss? I'd like 3 shovels of porridge today. There we are. Let me just go in the back and get some out for you. Or maybe it's a cat litter recycling service. All 666 kilometres. That's terrible. Come on. That's better. So yeah, you can see a lot of this stuff on around some of the areas are still very base mappy in looks. As I said, Promods has done some areas of the UK and other areas they've just left alone, apart from the odd texture rehash or just redoing some road signs or whatever. Right, anyway, off we go. It'd be nice if we can make it to Iceland today. So this is the M6 we're on at the moment. We need to come off here and then we need to go across a little bit, I think. Birmingham, Chester, M6 to Preston, M6 North, I think that's the one we're going on. Careful with this bend, CK, you don't want to tip the truck over. Oh, I was almost up on 2 wheels then. Gotta be careful. I think they might have to rename this to FedEx Freight. Especially if I'm delivering it. Although actually, to be honest, I haven't really been too bad this stream. Apart from like with the car, everything else has not been too bad today. Somebody getting some Christmas baubles delivered again. Southport, Skelmersdale. Do you still play Train Sim Classic Airspeed? What sort of games are you playing at the minute? I've been doing a little bit of Train Sim Classic here and there, but I haven't been playing it as much as I used to. I always find that every time I want to play a scenario in Train Sim Classic I have to spend about an hour looking for things. Which is why I kind of give up after time. Although it's not so bad when it's a workshop scenario, because they're not so bad when it comes to like things that you need. Oh, look at that, Megabus. I don't think Megabus are a thing anymore, are they? Pound. Well, those are the days. Wow. Do you remember when Ryanair used to do £1 fares? If you booked early enough, you could go to somewhere for £1. I never managed to get a cheap Ryanair fare like that. Although I did do Stockholm return for £13 once. I think it was £7 one way, £6 the other. That was pretty decent. I like that. Although, obviously, the train fare was still like about almost double the price just for the train to Gatwick than the actual flight itself. But there we are. Oh, come on, are you gonna... Come on, Mr. Duster. You're just gonna annoy me again. Oh, we are in a... Okay, that's alright. I just realised I was in a speed restriction zone then because of the roadworks. I thought maybe the driver had gone all Welsh on me again. Decided to drive around at about 30 miles an hour. But no. Looks like another services area coming up. I don't know which service area that one is though. Set it to cruise at 80 kilometres an hour. Morecambe. That's making me think of the Overshap route, Train Sim World with Morecambe. There's the signpost to the lake, so we're coming up to the Lake District in a minute. Start to see the hills appearing. This is quite nice here. I mean, it's definitely, this area is a lot better than the base game area of the same thing. You can definitely see that Promods worked on that area. Just coming out here a little bit just in case, you know, just to have a look at the scenery really. I can't remember when was the last time I drove down this road in Promods. It's been a little while. There's a sign to Kendal. A lot of wind turbines everywhere. M&Ms seems quite popular around here as well. I think that's the second or third time I've seen M&Ms since I've been driving back in England again. We should be coming into Scotland soon. Plymouth, Penrith, Carlisle. Yeah, I think once we've gone past Carlisle is when we go over into the Scottish border. I would have loved them to have put Blackpool into Promods, but it's just because of the game map scale. It's really hard to put things into it. You know, just to have Blackpool and the tower, and then maybe just to see some little trams go around. Because in other DLCs you see trams on the road. It'd be cool to see some trams. You know, even just at a drop-off point at Blackpool. You know, and then you could drove along the seafront, seen the tower and maybe the amusement park, you know, the pleasure beach, some of the piers, some trams going along the road. It'd been pretty cool, but it's just because of the game scale we can put it in. But it's a shame. You get so restricted in what you can put in on the game map. Someone did try to start a UK 1-to-1 scale map, but 1-to-1 scale maps are just so difficult because you have to put so much in. So you start it with the best of intentions, and then once you realise what you've actually got to put into it. I mean, even just putting in a normal motorway from say England to Scotland, so much that you have to put into it. Trees, vegetation. So even if that was the only road in the DLC when it first came out as like a 0.1 or whatever, still so much you got to put into the scenery. You know, the signs. You maybe have some towns along the road. So if you did like the M1, you'd have to have all the towns that normally pass by the M1 in it. even if that was just the starting base, let alone the rest of the country. Right, let's go into the middle lane because it's going to be one of these horrible road junctions which are very much like base game road junctions, because it will just go off on the left there. So we're kind of back in an area in a way which is almost like base game, so they just added some bits and pieces, texture in turbines, whatever. And then once we get to Oban though, or once we get past a certain part of Scotland, that will all be new, because none of that's covered in the base map. Because I think it's literally just Glasgow and Edinburgh in the base map, and that's it. So anything like north of them is all going to be new stuff. So it all has to be custom made. So then you'll notice the change in quality. You know, as we travel from an area which is almost like a base map to somewhere that's been custom done. I mean, this bit here looks a little bit different, but I think it's more like texturing. You know, vegetation or whatever. Road textures. Got to be careful here, I don't want to roll my truck over. But yeah, still base map junctions and things. Just been touched up with like newer textures. It's like it's going to rain soon as well, isn't it? Very cloudy and gloomy. Alright then, let's go over to the slow lane. Nibble's truck just went past there. I've got some trailers running as mods, but not so many on this profile. I don't have too many mods running on this profile actually. I think there's one for time of day. One that adds spring vegetation, etc. Another mod that does something with some of the sounds. Suspension mod for another one. Promods, of course. Yeah, I think that's about mainly it. Oh, Jazzy Cat motorbike pack. So you get motorbikes, people riding motorbikes now and again. You brought your umbrella? Yeah, I don't blame you really. That's one thing actually, you know, you just said that, airspeed. Because you get like the Sissel's cabin accessory mods and stuff on Workshop where you can add loads of stuff to put inside the interior of the truck, you know, like duffel bags or magazines or whatever. I don't think I've ever seen an umbrella that you can put in your truck, you know, just lay it down on the floor next to you or something. Quite a good point there. It's probably because Sissel's, whoever makes it, are probably like based in a country where hardly ever rains, so they probably didn't even think about it. Normally you get all these like little spots in the interior of a cab where you can put stuff. But I've never seen an umbrella. Get cats, dogs, Darth Vader, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker. you can have them sitting in the seat next to you, but you've never seen an umbrella. Oh, we're in Scotland now. Scotland, welcome to Scotland. As I nearly crash into a caravan. That would have been embarrassing, wouldn't it? Just got over the Scottish border. Bumping chat to get past the heart. Yeah, it's alright. I wanted to know if there was a way you could get rid of it. I suppose there is one way. If I put my phone into landscape mode, and then it might spin it around. Oh yeah, that's better. That works. I'll just put it into landscape mode. And now that heart's gone. So that's good. I should have just done that. Well, at least that's for next time. I know how to get round it now. I normally just sat there with it in portrait mode. But I've just made it auto rotate to landscape, and it's gone now, which is good. So no more guessing what people are writing. So you won't have to write more airspeed to bump things up. There goes another shunter. I think that must be the third or fourth time I've seen the shunter today. There's the coach again. Probably the only time I've seen that. There's a lot of roadworks up here, isn't there? Must be quite true to life. People always moan, don't they, when they go up north about roadworks? I guess they've obviously taken it literally in SCS and Promods. They're like, well, you know, you've got to have roadworks every couple of miles in the game, because that's how it is in reality. Right, anyway, let's go up round here. Going 260 kilometres left, which is what, 150 miles maybe, 160, something like that, maybe. It says we're going to get there at 7:49 at night. Got a wagon ahead of us and a trailer again. Oh, got to be careful here, don't want to tip the truck over. And we've got services coming up. Well, we're not going to go in there, don't need to. Got enough fuel, all good. City centre, Glasgow, Kilmarnock, Prestwick. I was at Prestwick the other day in flight sim actually. Did a flight from Prestwick to... where did I go to? Do you know what? I can't remember. Oh, I think it was... oh, never mind, I can't remember. It was Prestwick to somewhere. If I remember, I'll say where it was. But it was Gibraltar, that was it. I went to Gibraltar and back. I went Stirling, Gibraltar back to Prestwick. Sorry, not Stirling. I don't know why I just said Stirling. I think it must have been because of that sign. Right, anyway, we're coming off here. We're going to take the high road. I like the way I just went there and didn't even look out to see if there was any cars coming. It's just risking everything there. Still got 185 kilometres to go. And as I said, I'll just see what jobs I got coming up once I've got here and dropped off. And then if there's one that's going the way that I want to go, that'd be cool. Inverness. This is the road to Inverness, the A82. I know somewhere along here, along the Scottish roads, you go past Loch Ness, but I don't know if this road goes past Loch Ness or not. You do drive past Loch Ness on one of the roads. Just can't remember which one it is. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the stream. If you do, smash the like button. And if you haven't subscribed already and you like the content, please subscribe as well. And also click that bell so that you get notified of any streams that I do coming up. I do also stream on Twitch. Most of my streams will be on Twitch as normal. My Twitch name is just the same as my YouTube account, so it's CK Sim Gaming on Twitch. So if you use Twitch and you haven't followed me on Twitch, then you can always give me a follow on Twitch as well. Oh, there's a Pepsi van there. Must have been Popcorn Simulations. He's must have been driving back down from Scotland. Kilometres to go. Also Nate in chat, Nate Games, he's also a nice YouTuber, so go check out his account and go give him a follow. He does simulation games too, farm sim and truck and logistics and heavy cargo and things like that. So I think you can just click on his name, I think, and you can go to his channel. Well, I'm not totally sure on that. Kilometres left, so we've got about 70 miles, I guess, something like that left, which won't take too long in trucks because of the game scale. Kilometres, miles, etc. go past quite quickly in general, especially when you're on the road. A drop-off point now if you're going to go that way to drop off. Looks like might be a gravel mine or something. Now I don't know if this is Loch Ness here. I don't think it is. I'm not sure. I know, as I said, I know it does appear in the game. I don't remember Loch Ness having that thing in the middle though, but it is a little bit truncated. I'll just keep an eye out. If I see anything suspicious in the water, I'll let you know. As I said, I just can't remember which part of the map in Scotland is where Northish is. So... oh, gosh! almost got that car. Almost. Well, I can't see anything here, so I'm not sure. I don't think this is Loch Ness, is it? No sign of any monster. It's almost dark again, so I have to have another sleep. It's a sign to Fort William and Inverness, so if you want to go to those places you can, but we're going to be heading off to Oban. Along the A85. With my FedEx truck, well, my FedEx trailer. Scenic around here with all the mountains. I've not really been to all the too many parts of Scotland. I've been to Glasgow and Edinburgh, and Dundee and Aberdeen, but that's about it really. Railway coach again. It follows me everywhere. So this is quite nice along here as well. This must be another lock. It's a nice time of day this is, when the sun starts to go down. Golden hour, as they call it. I think for photography and that, I think it's always a nice time of day with the shadows and everything, and if your sky colours. What's this one here? Oh, there's a bridge. We're not going to go over that bridge though, unfortunately. Although, if I was going that way, then obviously I would go over that bridge, but almost at the drop-off. But depending on where the next job is, we could end up going over that bridge soon. It just depends on where we're going to go. Or what shows up, as I said. We'll just see what turns up. First thing I'll do is I'll just see what jobs are available before I sleep, and then if there's nothing there, I'll have a sleep and then see what comes up after the sleep, because you never know, some different jobs might turn up once I've had a sleep as well, but I'd like to just have a double check before I sleep, just in case there's something there. And then I can grab the job, then have a sleep with it. There's a ferry here as well, but I'm not sure where that ferry goes. That's about right, the light changes as soon as I get here. Looks like a car showroom over there. Oh wow, for a minute I thought someone had another yacht, but it wasn't a yacht. I think this part of the road here is almost a copy and paste from base game Dover, because there's a very similar road network layout. And we're dropping off at oh, DHL. That's interesting. FedEx to DHL. I don't know if that would happen in reality though. It'd probably be shock and horror if a DHL depot had a FedEx truck going there. Colour line. Got to come out a lot of the road there just to get round. Right, let's get in here then, drop this off, and then see where we end up next. So that weren't too bad, was it? See what jobs we can get in Oban now. Excellent. 669 kilometres, 23,368, 984 XP. Not bad, not bad. Let's see what jobs we can take in here, and then if there's nothing I can take in here right now that's good, I'll just have a sleep and see what comes up. So we got Oban to... Perfect. There we go. I think this is the perfect job to end the stream on. I'm just going to have a quick look through, actually. We got Reykjavik. That's a bit too far for the stream. That we can cover that. We can cover Iceland in another stream. But this is quite a good one here. We can go from Oban all the way over through the Faroe Islands, up through Inverness, and then get the ferry over to Iceland. And then that'll be where I can finish the stream off, and then the next stream we can start from here and explore a little bit of Iceland, can't we? So that's perfect, perfect end. And as it's a DHL trailer, it's literally where I am right now. So literally just have to go to the entrance, pick it up, and we can go. So that's perfect. It's worked out brilliantly, that has. And then I can have a sleep as well before I carry on, just so that we can. I'm not too bothered if the jobs end up being a bit late or whatever. Let's just see what trailers we can pick up as well. Stokes, just in case there's any trailers with some different designs on. Yeah, I just think we'll just go with the one that we've already got, I think. Let's just pick this up again, and then we'll just do this one. There we go. Cool, let's pick it up, and then we'll get going. I'm just going to pop off somewhere to get some sleep as well. Just thinking where the best place to have a sleep is. Oh, there is actually a best place to stop here, so we'll just go up there and I'll have a sleep up here. Perfect. Well, great end to the drive-in, being able to go to the beginning of Iceland. That's just the perfect stop. The Reykjavik one was a good job as well, but I just thought, you know, that all. I think it'd be nice to do another stream where I could just focus on Iceland completely. Just do some places in Ireland. I have been on Iceland before on Promods, but I think at some point they did add some new places on the map, which is where I've not really explored yet. So it'd be nice to explore those areas of Iceland. And then I'd like to go from Iceland all the way over to northern Norway and Finland and the top half of Sweden. That'll be nice as well. So there's just a little place up here I can have a rest. So I'm just going to drive up there just so that we can do more daytime driving. I'm gonna set the time so I wake up at. We start driving at 7 in the morning. Will be all right. I think it's still a little bit too dark at 8 o'clock. So we'll just park in this hotel here, and then I'll. park anywhere really. I'll just cause chaos and just park. This'll do. Right. And I'll just go into dev console mode, and then I'll just set the time to 7. So we'll just set the sleep time to 7 o'clock. There we go. So it's 7 in the morning now. So I didn't use the actual rest thing that you can use in game, because that doesn't let you choose how long you want to sleep for, whereas the dev console does allow you to set how long you want to sleep for. So just a little bit on the curb there. That's not a problem. Right, let's get out of here then. It was a very nice hotel, by the way. Sorry I didn't actually show you much about the hotel. Time just flew. Time just flew, you know, as it does. Right, let's get going anyway. 1,463 kilometres, although a lot of that is just basically water and ferry, so it's probably only about 300 to 400 kilometres of actual driving, I think. The rest of it is just ferry journey. So that's good. Anyway, we'll get over to the other top part of Scotland now. And we can get over to the Faroe Islands. I think on the Faroe Islands, if I remember, I think you have to just drive up a bit of the island to get from one port to the other. If I remember. Oh, the traffic lights don't really like me around here, do they? There we go. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the stream so far. It's nice to... I've been enjoying doing a little bit of Promods again. And also, just a reminder that if you want to run Promods on ETS2 at the moment, because of the game update today to 1.54, you have to roll your game version back to 1.53 to carry on playing Promods. Although, I think Promods will get an update very, very soon to make it compatible with 1.54 of ETS2. I'm only saying this because today the 1.54 update to ETS2 came out, so if you're on Steam, for example, you'll either get an option to download it, or it would already have auto-updated your game in the background. But what I like about ETS2 is it's quite easy to roll back to earlier versions, so if you've got a problem with mods, and then a new game version comes out, you can still, like with Promods and that, still go back to an older version of the game if you want it, until like Promods becomes compatible. Now I think the last thing I looked on the Promods website, I think the version of Promods that is going to be compatible with version 1.54 of ETS2 is in release candidate 2 at the moment, I think. So it's out to beta testers and it's on release candidate 2, so it's not very far to being released. So I mean, so for me, for example, what happened was I had the 1.54 update today, and then of course, because I want to stream Promods today, then I had to go back and roll the game back to previous version. Anyway, looks like we've got to wait for this truck to come past. I'm just wondering what's on that poster in the distance there. It looks like there's like a cartoon character on that poster there. Like a face. I'll have to look at that later when we get nearer. Just got to wait my turn. Across this bridge here. And then we'll be able to go. There we go. I'll check that thing out as well as we get nearer. See what that is. That little poster up there, like a billboard of some sort. There it is. Oh, it was not a face at all. It was a it was a company, but from a distance, it looked like It looked like a cartoon character, you know, like a face with someone with blue hair. That's so funny. I actually thought that was a face of somebody in the distance, but it was just an Agro Vista logo. So you could pick up your farming stuff for delivering or whatever. You know, dairy products, or you know, maybe you can transport some cattle from there or something. You know, what's this about to come past? Oh, the usual. Some nice bendy roads along here. You've got to keep your wits about you, because if you have your trailer stability set quite high, you might end up rolling your truck over. I wonder if this is the Loch Ness here. This might be Loch Ness along here, actually. As I said, we've got to keep our eye out. Of course, it might not be Loch Ness, but I'm sure there's signs somewhere that says if it's Loch Ness or not. I just can't remember. Keep looking out at the water, because I keep thinking, will there be a monster out there? Oh look, there's another cool bridge that we've got to go over. So you kind of got to come round on yourself. So this is great in a convoy. If you've got like loads of people in a convoy and you can see all your friends going across the bridge as you're about to go over it yourself, so you pass under your friends and that, or vice versa. When it's coming the other way, you're still coming across the bridge, and then you can see all your mates go by underneath. That's what I used to love about Norway. You go to Norway on the Scandinavian map, there's a couple of cool areas like that where you can do that. And also another place you could do it in convoys is on Hull. So if you're driving in the UK and you've gone to Hull, you've got the Humber Bridge, and then there's a road that goes under the Humber Bridge. So you come off the Humber Bridge, and then obviously you can then see all your friends on the bridge as you're going underneath the bridge, or vice versa. So that's quite cool. But there's a really nice underground roundabout system in Norway that you can drive in. And that was really cool in multiplayer. Because even though you couldn't see your friends, you could see them on the map. So you could kind of, it was almost like a corkscrew, so you'd sort of go down and then your friends would be in a tunnel underneath you going past at the same time. It was really quite cool. Obviously the bigger the convoy the better, so if you had a very long convoy like 30 trucks or something, it was pretty cool. Looks like we've got the shunter in front of us now. Oh, and another shunter passed us by. Typical to get stuck behind him. Might be able to overtake it. We're lucky. It's probably not the best thing to try and overtake. This could be another CK moment coming up. As long as the car doesn't come the other way. There's a truck. Made it. I think that other truck slowed down as well. I kind of sensed that as I got nearer to it, it put the brakes on. I think in the past, years ago, the AI would have just carried on regardless. Oh, look, it is Loch Ness, look. To see the sign. I knew it was around here somewhere. Or maybe this is it here. Maybe this is Loch Ness. We'll have to keep an eye out. Have to keep an eye out while we drive along this road. See if we see anything. We might not though, of course. I mean, you never do in reality, do you? So. I think you'd have to park up somewhere and wait. Follow the road round. Just keeping an eye out as I go along this coast road here. Make sure I don't crash into anything. Can't see anything yet. Nice little buildings along here, churches. Oh, no, I don't need to indicate because it's all part of the road. It's a nice little road actually along here, isn't it? Nice little journey to do in Promods. If you haven't done this in Promods yet, then yeah, have a go yourself. See if you can spot the monster, if there is a monster, that is. Who knows? Oh, what's that over there? Or is that just a boat? I can see something in the water in the distance there. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a boat. I think it's just a boat. Right, almost to Inverness. camera's got to be careful here. Last thing I want to do is get a speeding ticket. Taken out by a white van man. Right. Now I think what I might do is I might just get to the port on here and then I'll end the stream, so the next stream will carry on going up to the Faroe Islands and then Iceland. I think we'll get up to Wick and then I'll finish off there and then come back to this the next time, just to make the journey to Iceland last a little bit longer, just in case there's people that pop in who haven't seen part of the journey so far, so they can actually see the journey of getting to Iceland. I think I'll do that. There's not really a lot of the journey left, to be honest, but I think it would just be nice to start from Scotland and then head over towards Iceland and then just carry on from there, I think. Is that another ship with another shunter coming up, I think? No, it's not. It's just some more trucks being transported. As I said, I've enjoyed the stream and the journeys. Taken a yacht to Manchester. Potted flowers to Galway, other bits and pieces, peanut butter, taking various cargoes in this stream today, so it'd be interesting to find out what we're going to be taking in the next ones as well. Just going over some more lock. Lock that one is. Well, shunter's going that way and I'm going this way. I don't think that's the same shunter as before, because I'm sure we went past it, so... As I say, they're everywhere. Right, I think this is the main coastline we're going along now. Let's come off here. Oh, got some money coming in for one of my drivers, that's nice. 24,000. Some more Highlands coming up in the distance there. scenic around here. It's getting a little bit foggy as well, I think. Lovely coastal road here. Right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop into this petrol station, and then I'm going to carry on with this journey in the next stream, because there's a nice little bit of road, and it'd be nice in the next stream to carry on going along this road, so that people that might have missed this stream will get to see a little bit of it coming up. So I'm just going to park here shortly. And yeah, so the next stream we'll just carry on from here and head up towards Iceland. So thanks all of you for popping in, watching the stream. Airspeed Live, Nate, and I think there was someone else that popped in here earlier, Connor as well. Thanks all of you for popping in. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next stream, which I don't know when that'll be, probably tomorrow, and then we can carry on with this journey up towards thing. I was thinking about it, I might actually carry on with this stream in about an hour or so, perhaps, just to finish the journey off. One reason I'm stopping off is because I've got to have a little break for a little bit, so probably in about half an hour I'll probably start a stream again and probably carry on with this journey then, just to get to the end, and then I'll probably keep an eye out for that. If not, you'll see it as a VOD on YouTube anyway, so you can always watch it back. So until then, I'll say ta-ta, and I'll see you all again very soon.